Welcome back to your trusted channel for rare coins, hidden values, and the stories behind every piece of currency you carry. In today's video, we're diving deep into a fascinating coin from the United States, the 1983 Liberty Quarter Dollar, also known as the Washington Quarter. What is its history? Why is it important? And what is its current value in circulated condition? Stick around, you might just be surprised. The 1983 Liberty Quarter is part of the famous Washington Quarter series, first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington, the first President of the United States. The coin you see here was minted in 1983, and it features the classic left-facing bust of Washington on the obverse side, designed by sculptor John Flanagan. Above Washington's portrait, you'll see the word Liberty, and to the left, In God We Trust, a consistent design in U.S. coinage. Turn the coin over and you'll find a bold image of an eagle with outstretched wings, standing proudly atop a bundle of arrows, with olive branches below. This powerful image symbolizes strength and peace, and was used until the state quarters began in 1999. The year 1983 was significant for U.S. coin collectors. That's because during the early 1980s, the United States Mint did not issue uncirculated mint sets in 1982 or 1983. That means any high-quality 1983 quarters must have come from circulation, not mint sets. This lack of mint sets makes uncirculated and high-grade 1983 quarters especially hard to find. In fact, it's one of the most sought-after quarters from the 1980s by collectors who are building high-end sets. Now let's talk money. What is the real circulated value of the 1983 Liberty Quarter? If your 1983 quarter is in heavily circulated condition, with lots of wear and scratches, it's usually worth just face value, $0.25. If the details are still visible and there's only moderate wear, the value could go up to $0.35 to $0.75 depending on condition and demand. Coins in this condition, with most details intact and minimal wear, can fetch between $1 to $3. Here's where things get interesting. A sharp, lustrous 1983 quarter with no signs of circulation could be worth $15 to $25, or even $50 or more if graded MS-65 or higher by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. The 1983 quarter was minted in two locations: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, D mint mark. The 1983 P. Philadelphia quarter is actually harder to find in high grade, and tends to command higher prices than the Denver version in mint condition. Keep an eye out for errors and varieties. Some 1983 quarters have off-center strikes, die cracks, or even double dies. These types of errors can raise the value to $100 or more, especially if authenticated. A quick word of advice: never clean your coin. Cleaning reduces its numismatic value. Collectors prefer original, untouched surfaces, even if the coin looks dull or dirty. Preserve it in a holder or coin flip instead. So, is the 1983 Liberty Quarter worth collecting? Absolutely. While it may not make you rich overnight, it's an essential coin for building a complete Washington Quarter set. And if you find one in excellent condition, especially the elusive 1983 P in mint state, it could be worth much more than pocket change. If you learned something new today or you've got a 1983 quarter in your collection, drop us a comment below. The 1983 Liberty Quarter, officially known as the Washington Quarter, is a part of a rich American coinage tradition that dates back to the early 20th century. Let's take a step back in time and uncover the story behind this iconic piece. The Washington Quarter was first introduced in 1932 to honor the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. The design that won the commission was created by John Flanagan, a well-known sculptor at the time. It featured a dignified bust of Washington on the front, with an eagle perched on a bundle of arrows on the reverse. This design would become one of the most recognizable in American pocket change, staying nearly unchanged for over 65 years, until the state quarters program began in 1999. Now, fast forward to the 1980s. The early part of the decade was marked by economic recession, budget constraints, and government spending cutbacks. In fact, due to budget limitations, the U.S. Mint made a surprising decision in 1982 and 1983. They did not produce uncirculated mint sets for collectors. This meant that collectors could only obtain 1983 quarters by pulling them directly from circulation, making high-grade examples much more rare today. That's why the 1983 quarter, especially in uncirculated condition, has become more valuable to collectors. In 1983, the Washington Quarter was struck at two U.S. Mint locations: Philadelphia, no mint mark, **, 673 million coins; Denver, D mint mark, **, 617 million coins, so yes, hundreds of millions were made. But most were heavily circulated, used in everyday transactions, vending machines, and parking meters. Very few were saved in mint condition. The result? A high population of 1,983 quarters exists, but finding one in excellent, untouched condition is surprisingly difficult. That's why collectors are always on the lookout for sharp, uncirculated examples, especially the 1983 P version. The 1983 Liberty Quarter represents more than just pocket change. It's a coin that captures a unique moment in American numismatic history. It reflects a time of economic struggle, government cutbacks, and collector frustration. But out of that scarcity came a collectible that continues to spark interest more than 40 years later. And that's the story behind the 1983 Liberty Quarter, a coin born in tough times, now standing tall in collectors' albums. 1977 Liberty Quarter $**, a piece of American coinage that might just be in your pocket or collection. Let's go back to the year 1977. Jimmy Carter had just become president, Star Wars hit theaters for the first time, and inflation was rising. Amid all this, the U.S. Mint was producing millions of Washington quarters, the coin we commonly call the Liberty Quarter. But where did it all begin? The quarter features the familiar bust of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan, first introduced in 1932. On the obverse, you'll see the word Liberty boldly printed above Washington's head, and the phrase, "In God We Trust," to the left. On the reverse side, an elegant bald eagle, wings spread wide, clutching arrows, a symbol of America's strength and defense. In 1977, Washington quarters were minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia ***, no mint mark; Denver ***, marked with a small d; San Francisco ***, with an S, but these were mostly proof coins for collectors. Look just to the right of Washington's ponytail, and you'll find the mint mark. This tiny letter can have a big impact on the coin's value. Now the big question: how much is a 1977 Liberty Quarter worth today in circulated condition? If your coin is a standard circulation piece from Philadelphia or Denver, and it has noticeable wear from usage, its value is about 25 to 50 cents. Yes, just around face value to a bit more if it's in decent shape. But if it's in uncirculated or mint state condition, meaning it still has its original shine and no signs of handling, its value can range between $3 and $10, and sometimes up to $20 plus if it grades high. Proof coins *** from San Francisco, with that shiny mirror finish, can be worth $3 to $5 or more depending on condition. Now listen closely, because this part could mean big money. Some 1977 quarters have been discovered with rare minting errors, such as if you spot one of these error coins, the value can skyrocket to $50, $100, or even $200 or more, especially if certified by grading services like NGC or PCGS. So, should you keep a 1977 Liberty Quarter? Absolutely, especially if it's in great condition, or you think it might be an error coin. These are no longer being made, and their value could slowly increase over time. That's the story of the 1977 Liberty Quarter $, a coin that's common in circulation, but can hold hidden value for collectors like you. The 1984 Liberty Half Quarter $. That's right, the Washington Quarter with a bit of history, a bit of mystery, and a lot of copper-nickel shine. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update about rare and valuable coins. So, what exactly is the 1984 Liberty Quarter? Officially, it's called the Washington Quarter, but many people refer to it as the Liberty Quarter because of the big bold word Liberty at the top of the coin. The Washington Quarter was first introduced in 1932 to celebrate George Washington's 200th birthday. On the obverse, you'll find George Washington's profile facing left, along with the inscriptions Liberty, In God We Trust, and the mint year, 1984. On the reverse, you'll see the American bald eagle perched on a bunch of arrows, symbolizing strength and readiness. Below that are olive branches representing peace. Classic American symbolism. The 1984 Liberty Quarter is made of 75% copper and 25% nickel, not silver, just to be clear. Weight, 5.67 grams diameter, 24.26 millimeters. It was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, D; and San Francisco, S, for proof coins. Now let's talk rarity. The 1984 quarter isn't considered rare overall, because millions were made. Here's how many were minted: Philadelphia, no mint mark *** over 676 million; Denver, D *** over 546 million; San Francisco, proof only *** around 3.3 million, so, in general, this coin is common in circulation. But what really matters is the condition and any mint errors. Around $2 to $5, depending on grade, so unless it's in pristine condition or has an error, your circulated 1984 quarter is likely just worth face value. But wait. There's a twist. Some 1984 quarters are worth much more if they have mint errors. Look for doubling on Liberty or In God We Trust. Can fetch $50 to $200 plus value, can go from $10 up to $100 plus. These errors are rare, but can bring $20 to $75 or more. Always inspect your coins closely using a magnifying glass or a loupe. You never know what treasure you're holding. So there you have it. The 1984 Liberty half-quarter dollar might not make you a millionaire overnight, but it's still a fascinating piece of American coinage history. Got a 1984 quarter in your pocket? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Yamara for more amazing coin facts and price guides. Click that bell so you're the first to know when we drop a new video. Watch next, 1983 quarter value, rare errors that sold for hundreds.